I recently made a terrible video where I moaned about the ruddy state of modern games when compared to those that came before, specifically referencing the amount of content, or lack thereof, in the current big-named first-person shooters. But it's not all doom and gloom, however, as there are still plenty of FPS gems hidden away on the older generations that will keep your bullet-ridden hunger at bay. So let's have a good old chinwag about a few of my personal favourites.
There are mysteries here beyond comprehension, an evil that must be stopped. I don't know how these weapons were made, or how the veil was found. But I can use both to destroy my enemies. And that's all that matters.
Since the dawn of video games, we've all enjoyed shooting some of the German, baddies. Yeah, let's call them baddies.
Are we the baddies?
This is largely thanks to a little game known as Wolfenstein. But before Sledgehammer Games revitalized the series with the New Order, developer Raven Software gave us their take on Wolfenstein, and, well, it just seems to be completely forgotten nowadays. Which is a gosh darn shame, as compared to most AAA modern day shooters, Wolfenstein is the absolute ruddy tits. Which you gotta say is kind of funny, as now developer Raven Software is just currently rotting away in the dungeons of Activision, making Call of Duty after Call of Duty. But that's a rant for another time. Back on topic. Yes, Wolfenstein 2009 has all the German baddie shooting shenanigans you could ask for.
Are we the baddies?
But also has so much more. Like a ruddy healthy dose of the supernatural combined with alternate realities, some extremely insane weaponry, as well as some neat little power-ups to help you turn the tide of war in your favour. So yeah, obviously the shooting mechanics and the general gameplay are indeed a blast, but what I think makes this game stand out is just how each locale that you spread your lead through is so vastly different from the last. Some of the areas you visit in this game are so goddamn original, I'm pretty sure they haven't even been topped to this day. All of that combined with an upgrade system that can be boosted to the point that you feel like a true OP baddie killing god, as well as some truly memorable physics-based set pieces, just make Wolfenstein 2009 well worth your ruddy time. If you like our videos or just appreciate the time and money that goes into our content, then drop us a like and smash that subscribe button. You never know, you may earn yourself a nice little achievement. While some people may say bullet time is an overused mechanic in video games, I never seem to get sick of it. From the likes of jumping around like a moron in Max Payne or in the severely underrated Stranglehold to booting down doors and popping some noggins in RoboCop. I just ruddy love it. And if you're of the same mindset as me, well, hell, do I have the game for you. I present to you Saber Interactive's Time Shift, a time-travelling, futuristic FPS that showers you with all the time-manipulating shenanigans you could ever ruddy ask for. Wanna slow everything down and fill every goon that stands in your way full of lead like your goddamn Neo? Well, switch on the time slow mechanic, and you can. Wanna stop time completely and steal an enemy's weapon from their paralysed hands, then watch their bemusement as they realise they are royally screwed? Yeah, you can do that too. It's pretty unpleasant being turned into a fleshy mess by an enemy's sticky grenade, am I right? Well, just reverse time and get the hell out of Dodge. Or maybe you just want to rewind time back before you chose to splash your hard-earned cash for some horse armor. Actually, well, unfortunately you're shit out of luck there. But I think you get my point. These mechanics are not only utilized for the combat, however, and can also be wielded to solve some light environmental puzzles. While these segments aren't all that taxing, requiring very little brain power, their inclusion is at least a nice little distraction from all the slow-mo carnage. So anyway, to get back on point, Time Shift is just a whole lot of bloody fun. The story is solid with a whiff of Half-Life about it, the guns are futuristically bombastic in the best way possible, and I tell you no lie, the game still looks great all these years later.
It's a long journey. But there's nothing I can't do. If I feel like it.
Ruddy gamers have become pretty accustomed to shooting the undead in the face by now, but not so much the bandage-wrapped undead. So it's time once again to sing the praises of this mid-tier little gem. Deadful Adventures is a ruddy, goofy, often silly yet utterly entertaining experience that will bring back fond memories of watching Brendan Fraser's 1999 masterpiece, The Mummy. Which is probably likely due to the fact you get to shoot mummies in the face. Oh yeah, as well as a few of the German baddies too, so what's not to like? So yeah, think of this little beauty as a mashup of Indiana Jones and The Mummy, and you'll get the general idea. Sure, the story and the highly stereotyped characters are cheesy as they come, but honestly, it's all just part of Deadful Adventures' charm. And as I said, the thought of combating the undead and the German baddies at the same time with a retro arsenal of nostalgia should really be enough to tickle your pickle, but Deadful is a pleasant surprise in a number of different ways. Firstly, the visuals. They really do pack a punch and still look ruddy gorgeous to this day. Not only that though, but the score in this one is a standout that truly immerses you into the ridiculous situations you're thrown into and just heightens the overall experience into something that has no right to be as fun as it is. And I won't lie to you, it does have its jank, but I've got to say, jumping from exploration to weakening enemies with your flashlight before you can finish them off, and then solving a few puzzles to continue, just combines to make Deadful Adventures a memorable game that never overstays its welcome.
My name is Daniel Garner. I've been dead for so long it's hard to remember who I really was. But even someone like me gets a chance. For a moment in my life, the light appeared.
Take a rectum full of heavy metal and disperse it all over Serious Sam, and you will get Painkiller, Hell and Damnation, an extremely gothic, old-school FPS that wears its Doom-like inspirations proudly on its sleeve, which just leads to a game that has a nonsensical story but is merged with lightning-fast gunplay while also being complemented by a killer, heavy metal soundtrack. All of this just makes Painkiller a mindlessly amusing experience that is old school, but in the best way possible. Ridiculous weapons, hidden rooms, and a nicely varied number of Hellspawn to blast your way through. Do I really need to say more? It may not be all that frickin' nuanced, but Painkiller is a gory, unrelenting throwback to the games that started the genre in the ruddy first place. And, well, hell, that's no bad thing.
Fuck yeah.
You know, I've had my doubts, but I've got to tell you, Dart 6 looks promising. It's going to revolutionize the chip industry. And this guy, he just keeps on surprising us.
Why go in all guns blazing when you can just manipulate an enemy's gun to misfire, or even more nefariously make them wipe out their own team before turning their gun on themselves? Sounds good, right? Well, this is the smartly implemented mechanic that makes Syndicate stand out high above the rest. You see, Syndicate is set in a dystopian future where a brain implant is the new must-have accessory, as it allows its users to access all the information they could ever want. but let's be honest, more than likely it's just used to watch morons do things like this.
Yes, 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 yes. Ice cream so good, slay, huh? Yes, yes.
But, just like in the real world, technology has a tendency to get hacked, which is just kind of the whole hook of Syndicate. Sure, the cyberpunk sci-fi setting is well realised, and the futuristic arsenal of weaponry are brutally fun to wield while also being as devastating and as gory as you'd want them to be, but it's the nanochip-based hacking manipulation where Syndicate really comes into its own, as it adds a layer of strategy and puzzle-like elements to each and every encounter. This clever mechanic, however, is at its glorious best in the game's innovative and downright addictive, fully fleshed out co-op campaign mode, which is a tense and aggressive treat when combined with a few pals, as teamwork is the essential key to victory. Sure, the story isn't all that deep considering how much effort has been put into making the neon-lit world as immersive as possible, but if you're sick of modern AAA FPSs and all the bollocks that comes with them, then I highly suggest you check out Syndicate. And that's all I've got for you today. I've only just scratched the surface of all the great FPS gems hidden away on the console, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out when I release a part 2. A big thank you for watching, and until next time, as always, you guys stay tipsy.